Hello, beautiful YouTubers. How are you doing? Forecast. Now, if you are new to my world, welcome. My name is Julie Sasha Cloutier. I am a soul's purpose and energetics coach for women who know deep down inside that they are meant to be, do, and have more. And so, with that, I wanted to dive into April's frequency. Now, I just wanted to put everything all in perspective so that you understand what is happening, okay? Because just like everything in this world, everything is connected in numerology, okay? Yes, I am a master intuitive numerologist. I'm slightly obsessed with the numerical realm, okay? And this is what I use to lead myself, and this is what I use to lead others as well, okay? My clients. Here we go. In numerology, there is such a thing called universal cycles, okay? And right now we are in a universal year 6, which means that we are being influenced, we are being impacted by this frequency, okay? Now the 6 is all about higher vision. It's all about alignment. It's all about community. And above all going through massive, massive amounts of healing individually and as a collective. Because in order to create a collective, we need to have individuals, right? So it all starts in our backyard. So right now, what we are experiencing for 2022 is the veil being fully lifted. So what does that mean? That means that things that you didn't either dare to see, didn't want to see, or couldn't see at all, you're going to be able to now. Okay, so all of the illusions, the smoke and mirrors, all that stuff is going to be fully gone. It's going to be gone from your reality. And what's left is the truth. It's the writing on the wall. And this is where the healing starts. This is where the healing has to happen. Because when we start seeing things in a different perspective, when we start seeing things in a different way, it rattles our cage, right? It creates discomfort. And so we need to go through all of this healing. Okay, so the way that I love to explain what is happening throughout the entire year is just visualize 2022 being this book, okay? And within this book, there are 12 chapters, AKA the 12 months, okay? And so the storyline of 2022 is about healing. Why? Because we're being asked to tap into our destiny. We're being asked to become aligned to our soul's purpose, right? To really tap into that higher vision. Okay. And so in order to do that, we have the 12 chapters, right? Every month. So last month, well, we're still in March, but in March, the energy was all about letting go. It was a cycle of completion. It was about taking inventory, taking a walk down memory lane and starting to see what it is that is no longer serving you and letting that go, right? Letting that go, habits, relationships, right? Limiting beliefs, all of that stuff. It needed to be looked at, felt, and released. There was a lot of forgiveness too that was happening within this month. Okay. So now, April, we are tapping into a whole different energy. And I'm really seeing it as a turning point. Why? Because we're tapping into the number 1. Okay. So we're in the universal month of 1. And in numerology, 1 is new beginnings. It's where you're planting the seeds, right? This is where you can really shift. You can start something new. And you see how March helped you do that because it's a bit like gardening, right? So in order for you to plant your seeds, you will have to look at your garden and make sure that it's well prepared, right? Take out the weeds from last year. Make sure that the soil is ready, right? Get rid of whatever it is that will stop your new plants to grow. And that was March. Okay. Now, April is all about planting new seeds, but you need to have like a fertile soil, right? It needs to be ready, and you need to know what it is that you want to plant. Okay, because if you're just kind of going into your garden and just throwing seeds all around and not really having a clear vision, right? And that's the number 6, right? That's the universal year 6. If you don't have a clear vision as to what it is that you want to create, then how are you going to create this beautiful garden? So this is your opportunity to really get clear on your vision. What is it that you want to begin? What are those seeds that you want to plant? Okay. Let me know if you're catching the replay. Let me know if this is resonating with you. And if you have any questions, please let me know so that I can answer them. Okay. So it's all about new beginnings. Now, like everything in the numerical realm, we have dualities. Okay. So there's an energetic flip side to number. Okay. There's a yin to the yang. Okay. And so even though the ones, if you look at the one's light aspect, it's all about new beginnings. It's about the spark of creation. It's about individuality. You know, how do you want to lead yourself? It's about leadership. It's about achievement. It's about success. It's an incredible, incredible vibration. But if you look on the shadow aspect of the number 1, it's about ego. Now, there's good ego, right? Which is all about motivating you to get up in the morning and do the things that you want to experience. That's great. But then there's the not so good ego that separates you from everything else, right? It becomes like this vibration of selfishness. And this is what we can experience and what we will see in the collective. We're going to see both because we live in a world of dualities. And so even though we would love for everybody, the entire planet, to just vibrate on the light aspect of the one, that won't be necessarily so. Okay, there will be some people that will vibrate to the aspect of the one, where they're going to cut themselves off from source, cut themselves off from the compassion, right? Because the universal year 6 is all about community. Right? It's all about family. It's all about community. It's about responsibility as well. So this is going to be a really interesting month because here is April and the numerical realm giving us the opportunity to start leading ourselves first, right? Seeing ourselves as individuals and really starting to plant the seeds, right? So that we can start creating something sustainable, something solid, right? That is aligned with our soul purpose, with our destiny, with our higher vision. So we have that. But then there's also that energetic flip side where we will see others that are going to do the exact opposite. It's going to be the me, myself, and I. It's like, what can I get out of it? What's my gain, right? Forget about all of you. I just want to make sure that I succeed. So we're still going to see some of that. But the universal year 6 is all about community. So it's going to be very interesting to see how all of this is going to play out in the collective. Okay. But again, everybody needs to take responsibility of their own actions and their choices. See, in 2022, there are 3 lanes that have opened for us. Okay. Now, the 2 outer lanes are the lanes of extreme. Okay. So just think of a clock with a pendulum, you know, the grandfather clock with the pendulum. It can swing all the way to the right and it could swing all the way to the left. Okay. And so there are going to be people who are going to be swinging the pendulum. But living our lives in the extremes is very chaotic. It's not where we are meant to live. That's not where we're meant to reside. It is okay to go and tap into the left side or the right side and to really experience both ends. I mean, we came here to experience the duality. So of course, it's just logical and normal that we do maybe end up on one side more and then on the other. Sometimes we do have to experience the pendulum shift, right? From one end to the other. But to continuously go back and forth, or to just stay in one lane, that's where you're going to experience a lot of drama, a lot of uncertainty, of confusion. Okay, a lot of people are going through mass awakening right now because of the six's energy. It's about higher vision, it's about aligning to our destiny. And with all of the twos, right, in 2022, the two is so intuitive. It's the gateway to our intuition, it's the gateway to our connection to ourselves and to source and to others, right? Two, connection. And so a lot of people are starting to wake up from this long slumber, or others who have already gone through the process of awakening. I mean, we're never done. It's just amplifying, right? They're just continuing their ascension. So everybody's going through a shift right now. Whether you deem yourself as this very awakened spiritual person, the ascension is all about an upward spiral. So it's a never-ending journey. There is no destination per se. So a lot of people are going through this massive awakening, and a lot of people are realizing that they're just not aligned with what it is that they want to do, their deepest desires. They're not aligned with it at all. And so they're feeling the discomfort. They're realizing that they have swung the pendulum all the way to one side and they want out, right? And so a lot of people, what they do is that they swing it all the way to the other side, just to go and experience the complete exact opposite, which is fine. But there needs to come a time where we find what I call le juste milieu. We need to fall into alignment. Okay. So, and this is what I'm seeing. I'm seeing a lot of people, and I'm receiving a lot of messages of women and men, but I mostly work with women who are questioning where they're at right now, who are confused, who are frustrated. They're wondering if they're going through a midlife crisis. And this is all part of the awakening process. You're not going through a midlife crisis. You're not going crazy. It's not your imagination. It is because you are shifting. And the universal year 6 will do that. And what it's going to do is that it's going to ask you to heal all of these wounds. And there's this thing that's coming up this year. And these are ancestral wounds. So there's a lot of father and mother wounds that are coming up right now, because the 6 represents community and family, right? It's all about responsibility. To me, when I look at the 6 and where it's located in a numerology chart, it represents the spine, the backbone, right? And so a lot of people who are life path 6s or have a heart's desire 6, family is so important for them. It's so important, to the point where it will actually get them stressed out. It will create anxiety, and they will fall into the people pleasing, right? Because they just want to connect the dots for everybody. So a lot of people are starting to wake up to the fact that they've fallen in line with what society has deemed right for them, or what their parents or their caregivers or whoever, their loved ones, have chosen for them. They're waking up to the fact that they fell in line and that they are not in alignment with their destiny, with their soul purpose. And this is where I come in. This is what I love to do. I love to help people remember who they came here to be, what they came here to do, how they are meant to share their brand of magic, so that they can create that deeper impact that they feel that they came here to do. I remember when I was working in corporate, I had an extraordinary job. On paper, I mean, it was golden. But I was miserable, and I was frustrated, and I was confused, and I felt limited, and I felt boxed in. I needed to get out, because I knew that I wasn't honoring my soul purpose. And I didn't leave until I was forced to leave, right? The universe will help you. If you don't listen, if you don't honor your soul's purpose, your destiny, the universe will take care of it after a while, because you came down here with a soul contract, and you made a promise to yourself that you are going to experience certain things, and that you're going to create a certain type of impact. And if the universe is seeing that you are not honoring that, then it will intervene. There'll be some divine intervention. And so my divine intervention was a burnout. And so I had to go. I had to leave. And I'm grateful for it. At the time I wasn't. But I understand now that it had to happen that way because I just wasn't listening to that inner niggle. I just wasn't. And so this year is the year where so many people are going to wake up. They are going to realize that they came here to experience something far greater than themselves, right? They're going to understand that whatever it is that they've been doing for, whether it's 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, that's no longer resonating with them, and that's okay. But there's a healing process that needs to be done here, right? There's a mindset shift that needs to be done. There are things that need to be let go of, to be felt and let go and alchemized into light. And that's what I love to do. I don't just help you remember your soul purpose and your soul gifts. I also help you embody them, integrate them. I have this incredible master course that I've just up leveled. It's called the Foundation. And this is where you get to learn your course sequence. So these are 3 numbers within your soul's blueprint that are so important. Okay. And on top of that, I also talk about one of your personal cycles. So I teach you the foundation of numerology. And I don't just teach you what it all means. I also coach you into integrating all of these incredible numerical codes that are within you, that reside within you. How do you integrate them in your relationship, in your career, in your health? How do you embody what you came here to do and who you came here to be? How do you tap into the higher potentiality of your codes, right? How do you overcome your shadows? How do you alchemize them into your greatest strengths? What energies are leading you right now? What energies are guiding you and supporting you? I teach you this, right? And what my intention in this masterclass is that after these 4 weeks together, you are able to lead yourself with more confidence and more certainty and more clarity. Okay. It's an extraordinary program. And if you're interested, let me know and I will send you the details. Excuse me. So April is going to be a month of new beginnings. And so if you were thinking of starting a new project or starting maybe a new course or certification, or maybe diving into gardening, a new project, anything, this is the month. It's also a month where you can start maybe shifting the way you're thinking, right? Planting new seeds, new ways of seeing things, new ways of being, of doing. It's an extraordinary, extraordinary month to create a turning point. It all starts in our backyard. So let's ask ourselves, what is it that I want to plant? What are the seeds that I want to plant in my garden? And did I make sure that I weeded the garden all out before, right? Is the soil ready? If not, it's not too late. Get rid of whatever it is that no longer serves you so that you can start planting the seeds. And if you're interested in knowing more about my offerings, then I would love for you to contact me. You can send me an email. You can find me on Instagram. You can find me on Facebook. I have all of my links in the description, so go and check them out. And if you have any questions regarding April's forecast and that maybe you're not too sure exactly what it is that you need to do next, then please feel free to either comment or send me a private message, and I would love to answer your questions. So April is the month where everything can shift, everything can turn around, but it all starts with us. So I'd love to know in the comments, what kind of seeds or what is it that you're going to be planting? What is it? What is it that you want to start? What spark of creation do you want to experience, that you want to offer for yourself and for all of us? Because remember, every decision that you make, every action that you take, we get the ripple effect, right? We are all connected. So thank you so much for joining me. And as always, I'm sending you all so much love and so much light. Ciao for now.